What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Hey, God is good, man. God is good. You're chilling, man. Barbecue. Tonight, Second Baptist night. Got to be there at 6. So, we're just quick. Hey, today we're doing it simple, man. We're going to make some hot dogs. And my wife wants some hot dogs. Let me get some. Open this. Another slow day, brother. Another slow day. It's been pretty crazy, man. How slow it's been. Been pretty slow. Almost scary slow. But it's all good, man. I talked to some other guys, shops around town, and they said that it's pretty scary, man. You know what I'm doing tonight? I'm going to church, homie. I'm gonna go be where it's not scary. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna learn tonight. Tonight is my where I get my my meat and gravy. Where I get my nutrients. Where I learn it and I learn to apply it. You know what I mean? It's yeah, man. It's pretty. Today's gonna be cheap. You know, I bet you today's gonna be under $5. I think I don't know. My wife probably paid. My wife bought these. She likes the longer hot dogs, not the short ones. That came out wrong, huh? She gonna be mad about that one. But she likes the the bun length ones. Hey, you guys don't play it. You guys don't say it, and I won't say it. So we'll keep that a secret, huh? Is this real? It's real, brother. It's real. I'm not gonna say your name, though, brother, because I can't. You don't got a regular name, so. But I read your comment. Nah, man, but it's good, man. God is good, man. Like I said, it's times are tough, times are scary, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to church, man. I'm gonna go to church. Hey, out of them be out of mind. You know what's crazy? I watched the new documentary with Jesse James. Documentary with Jesse James, so he did one like 9 or 10 years ago. Jesse James and Graham Bessinger. Check it out. They made a new one, and believe it or not, um, I really look up to Jesse James as a fabricator, as a mentor. I've been following him and watching his videos for a long time. Um, I like his work ethic. A lot of people only look at the bad things about him, but as a businessman and as a hard worker and an entrepreneur, um, he's pretty badass, dude. So I'll tell you a little backside story with Jesse James. The way I first watched Jesse James was I was in jail, and when I was in jail, where I was in jail at, um, you know, I don't do well with authority. So basically, anything that they said that was a treat, I would take that away from them. Where I just don't do that for like instance like TV or stuff like that. They would try to say, you get so much hours of TV, some of this. Ah, screw it, I just didn't watch TV. Well, at this one jail I was at, they forced you to watch an hour of TV, and it was an hour of news, and they say so you did a current event. Well, one day on that hour, they would make you watch it, and it was one of Jesse James' oldest shows, like back in the early 2000s, and and I watched it, and that right there sparked something to me. And I've always been into cars, building cars, and into stuff like that, and making stuff because I'm poor, and well, I was poor, so I mean, and back then I was in the VW bugs, so you can get bugs for like $100, and we would get them, me and my friends, and we know what we're doing. We just figured out, start building them, and slam them, primer them, freaking put big motors in them, race them. Um, no money, and don't question how we got parts, but we got parts, and and but anyway, we learned, and the more I got to learn about Jesse James, not only did I learn about him, he was actually from the same area I was from, and on top of that, he was into the same things I was into, as far as his previous life, and I listened to a lot of things that he says, and he may not be a big church guy. He may not be into God, so that's probably where we differ. Where I'm into God and he's not, but or I don't know if he's into God or not. He just don't talk about it. But me, I talk about it. But the man makes sense. I mean, if you listen to him and you give it a minute, start to listen to him talk, he makes a lot of sense of what he's saying. I mean, he struggles in life, struggles with the fame, struggles with everything, and I was never famous like Jesse James, but when I was younger and I was doing what I was doing, not necessarily say I was famous, but I was known. I was known. I was respected. Um, People knew who I was, and it's a certain feeling you get when you roll through your neighborhood and everybody knows who you are because of either something you've done or something you accomplished. I've noticed in my life, everything that I've done, um, I always do well, whether it's bad or good. When I'm doing bad, I'm doing bad, and I'm doing bad good. And I'm prosperous when I'm bad. I'm prosperous when I'm good, and I believe a lot. I give a lot of that was because my work ethic. I have an insane work ethic. Um, Kind of slacking right now. I need to get out of this rut because I keep waiting for work and waiting for it to get better, and I need to just figure something out. Maybe start working on my bug, start working on my cars again, just scratch it, let it be what's gonna be. I don't know, but I'm always into the church thing, so I always feeding my church. Shit, at nighttime now I started going to the gym. I was at the gym. I left at 9:30 last night. Didn't get back till midnight. Um, I was at the gym, and I'll be doing that every night because I have this goal to get back in shape by 50. I'll be 50 in July, so I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. Like from here up, I'm not that big. From here down, I'm not fat. But from my belly's at, I'm freaking fat. It sucks because I got right here and here I look perfect, and then from where my belly's at, I gotta lose my belly weight. I'm in shape. Well, from my waist down, I'm in shape, and from my chest up, I'm in shape. But my freaking belly is out of control, and I gotta work on that. And but everything I do, I work hard. I mean, I do. If I'm into something, what's up, Big Rome? If into something, I do it good. I mean, like when I was making, for instance, when I came up with this barbecue. I think a lot of my work ethic, it came from my life, the situations. What's up, brother? Kind of the stuff I had to go through in life. You know what I mean? So that kind of really grew my work ethic, and I feel like when I was young, I mean, we talked about it in my meeting this morning about faith and grace. I've had Jesus in my life since I was a kid. I mean, I live across the street from a church. My mom lets go, do whatever you want. So I would go across the street to church because they had food, and I was introduced to the Lord back then. But I still did what I was going to do. I still strayed. Didn't go to church no more. Got in a lot of trouble. Went to jail several times. Got into drugs. Got into gang banging, stealing cars, all that kind of stuff. But I always worked. I'll believe it or not, through all that time, brother, I always worked. Like for instance, I got kicked out of school at 15 years old, and I got kicked out of school district. So I wasn't even allowed to go to school. I mean, I was nowhere. So I had to go to I used to go to the school where the only thing was there was like pregnant women because they would only go one day a week, like home studies, and so I was home all day. And back then, when I was 15, My mom worked at this thrift store it's in Montclair called Quality Thrift Store. Well, she got me a job there working in the back, unloading trucks. And I would go every day from 3 o'clock to till 11 o'clock every day. And then I did that Monday through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday was my day off. And then Saturday, Sunday, I did 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it came out to like 49 hours because I was only 15. So it was against the law for me to work 40 hours. So they would just work me. I would only get 39 hours. On top of that, I would go to school where you remember I just started work till 3. So when I got kicked out of school, I started getting good grades because believe it or not, hey, believe it or not, my dumb ass is smart. I mean, I actually get good grades, and and so I flourished in that. I graduated real early. I would tell you right now, not only so I have a high school diploma and a GED. You know what I mean? I have both. I have a high school diploma, GED. I have welding. I have college. I have everything. But I just did crazy things. I was in the military. I just do crazy shit. You know what I mean? I get in trouble. So it reminded me a lot of like that's why I kind of listen what Jesse James has to say and Ray ran his business. He gives me a lot of motivation. And I was watching his new video last night, and he was saying how he's doing a new channel, like kind of like his own little new channel he wants to start. And he did it where he went. He said he went in some prison, and he was around. They do it in the prison where they build cars, they have a welding division, and all this stuff. They do they build all the cages inside the cars, and they build everything. And it was showing you what they he was amazed by what they can do and how skilled they were with work with their hands. And he said he's working with these men, but he don't know what they're in there for. He just knows that they're in there. Even it's kind of hush hush on what they're in there for, but he don't know exactly what they did. And he said later on in the show, he learned that one of the main it was like the supervisor or whatever there, that freaking he was a murderer, rapist, freaking scandalous piece of crap that you could think of. And he was like, then he was mixed. He goes because to society, that dude's a murderer, rapist. He's supposed to hate that person. He's supposed to hate that. You know. And I believe in the death penalty. I think someone like that should be put down. I mean, they're this and that, and I agree with him. Someone like that, there's no coming back for them. But what he was trying to get at, he was saying that this guy was the nicest, kindest guy working with him. He had no idea he did those things until after the fact. He found out that's what it was about. He was saying it was hard now to have that same hate for him because he now knew what he can do with his hands. Because men like me and Jesse James, we respect work. We don't respect what you think you can do, what you say you can do. We respect what we see you do. And I always tell my kids, work is king. Work is king. You can always work yourself out of a problem. No matter how much you get in trouble, no matter if you lose everything, as long as you can work, you can always get it back. The more skills you get is it's more precious than a car or some kind of a house because those things get you those things. And if you lose it, if you have the skill, you can always get it back. You know what I mean? And what he was trying to say is, somewhere this guy did this when he was young, a young man, or maybe late teens or early 20s, and he's knowing the man now versus the man then, where he was saying like today in schools, the first thing they want to delete from schools is projects like that, welding, carpentry, plumbing. They want to delete those things. Like when you go to LA, that stuff's all deleted. It's all either that or the kids mess it up. Where up here, it's flourishing. My son benefit from this school up here. The welding department is freaking awesome. But down there, it's overran. It's no one pays attention to it. It's the least of the thing. And what he was saying is, maybe if that man would have had those skills back then and was able, school taught him how to apply those skills, he wouldn't have gotten so much trouble, or he wouldn't have committed the crimes that he committed. You know what I mean? When he wouldn't have went the path he went because he had other options. And if you think about it, we focus on things that are not important in schools. You know what I mean? Like it's not. People try to make it political. It's not political, man. It's not political at all. I mean, it's right from wrong. I mean, it's the things that we shouldn't be supporting in schools, like we should be supporting LGBTQ. We shouldn't be supporting nothing. It should be back to math. And between me and you, I feel trade schools inside the high school is more important than like history and science, all that shit. Because let's be real, man. Once you get out there, how much do you use your history and science? I mean, me, I'm a big history buff now. I know a lot about history from watching those Discovery channels and all that stuff, and I love it. But when I was in high school, I just read it and remembered it, and answered the question, and then I shined it out. Never thought twice about it. Never applied it in my life. Never did anything. But today, so I apply math, I apply reading and writing, and you know what? Matter of fact, all my woodworking skills that I have today, I learned in junior high school in woodshop, and that's a truth right there. That was the level of schooling that they were teaching you back in high school. You know what I mean? That you could learn that stuff back in high school. My car skills, I've never been to school for building cars ever. Ever. I learned from on the job or different watching YouTube or different mentors, but I've never went to school for that one time. And I could do everything. I can do this. I'm a master not of all of them, but I can pull off everything if I want to. No schooling, no nothing. I learned, and I started getting into cars just as a kid, doing dumb shit, and was poor, so I wanted a car too. So we had to make it work, dude. We had to fix it. You know what I mean? But I remember in high school, when I went to high school, that's when they started like phasing out. Like Pomona High, they had no automotive, and they have no program there. They had it for a little bit, and the teacher did his best. But by that time, I was already kicked out of school. I was already gangbang kicked out of school because. But I think if I had the option to go into the automotive field at school and go into all those things, and I think I would have really flourished. Maybe not got so much trouble. Who knows? God makes you go through things in your life because you're supposed to go through those things. So you can't say, oh, if I would have did this, that would have been like that. If I would have that, would have been like this. You really can't say that. What's up, Troy? What's up, Keith? You really can't say that, man. You gotta kind of like, it is what it is. Everything's a lesson. You know what I mean? But it was just amazing watching that documentary. It's on. I think it posted like 2 days ago. It's pretty. I would go back and watch the first one if you haven't watched the first one about 9 years ago and watch the new one. It's he tells more about his story. I watch all his documentaries, all of them. I watched them already. They're freaking super motivated for someone in like the barbecues. It's funny because he was telling the story. He was telling the story how he's the one who invented the fat fenders. And he was telling everybody how he worked for Boyd Kyneton, and at night he would come home and make fenders in his garage. And he said at first he would sell these fenders, and he tells them, he goes, I got to a point. He goes, so I started making so many fenders, I had to buy a van. Because I remember I bought this Astro van, and to deliver these fenders. And he goes, and the Astro van cost me like 50 fenders or whatever he said. And he goes, so I had in my mind, all right, I need to make 50 fenders so I can buy the Astro van so I can deliver these fenders. And then he goes, when I bought my first house, I go, all right, these fenders cost this. I get so much money. And so he'd always count everything in fenders. So like, when I bought my first house, I had to make 200 fenders. You know what I mean? And then I buy my house, dude. I tell you this right now. What's up, Karina? With no, when I came out with this barbecue and I started doing good and buying things, everything was in barbecue. So all right, that cost me 100 barbecues. That's gonna cost me 10 barbecues. That's gonna cost me 50 barbecues. That's gonna cost me 500 barbecues. You know what I mean? Everything was in barbecues. So when I was tripping out because I remember thinking that in my head. All right, I had to make this many barbecues so I could pay for this, and this many barbecues so I could pay for that. Then I heard him say that fender story. I'm like, oh man, it's amazing what we used to how similar we are. Even I don't like telling this part of the story, but even the part where he said he's still IROX. So back in the day when I was a kid, the big thing was to steal IROX, and some people could do it, and some people couldn't. You had to be fast, you had to be slick, and I was a master at taking IROX. I take them, I get them, I was fast, and I take them, and then I knew where to take them to certain chop shops and sell them, and he told a story about stealing IROX, because back then IROX. So for instance, the rims of my truck. I'm not gonna say how I got them, but the rims of my truck, those are real IROC rims. The way you can tell real IROC rims, they didn't come no bigger than 16, and they're not reversible. You can't put the front in the back or back in the front. They say front and rear on them. Those are real IROCs, and they used to go for a lot of money back then. You know what I mean? So it was, it's amazing similarity. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to tell you, he's telling stories. And then even from like the way he raised his childhood, how he grew up, everything he went through in his life, I'm real similar to those same issues. That's why I like, I mean, I don't know if he has God in his life because he don't talk about his religion or relationship with the Lord. He's, I could tell he's more like me when it comes to politics. I mean, and when it comes to politics, dude, I just believe what's right. I mean, it you could say, oh, there's two sides to it. There's not two sides, brother. There's only one. There's the right side and there's this just wrong. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you can say what you want to say. I don't care what you. It is what it is. I mean, I was telling like someone like I see all this stuff on TV and it sucks because sometimes I'll get caught on those freaking things. I'm strolling and I'm trying not to see dumb shit, but I'll see an old post from Charlie Kirk. Now I'll listen to him speak and I'm like, man, that was an awesome man, dude. That was an awesome man taken from us, from a weak individual, a freaking a twisted mind, a sick mind, dude. Everything about that style of person who did that to who took this person from us. This guy promoted love and hope and he taught people right from wrong and they killed him for it. You know what I mean? And I see nobody even talking about it no more. And I see them talking about these people getting shot by ICE who are straight up intervening in police things. Hey, when I was a kid, when we saw the cops on me, we ran. We stayed right there. We didn't rush the cops. You know what happened when you rush the cops? You're probably gonna get shot, dude. Matter of fact, we ran the opposite way. We didn't go towards them. We went away from them. And these sick individuals go at them, block them with their cars. And now with all these cameras, they're kind of like they can't even do their job. They can't even do whatever. You know what I mean? And you can say whatever you want to say. That is what it is. You know what I mean? You want to protest? Go ahead, man. Stand in the street, or don't stand on the sidewalk with your signs, whistle, yell. I don't care. Don't get in the street. Don't be blocking the roads. Don't let people go to work. Let people pick up their kids from school. Let people do the things they got to do. You know what I mean? Be a man about it. You know what I mean? And they're making these people like they're heroes. They're not heroes, man. They're freaking idiots, dude. Freaking they got shot for being putting themselves in a place at one time. I mean, it don't make no sense to me. And then I gotta watch it on TV. I go to the gym. It's on the TV. I put my headphones on. I put my music on. I hear church music. I don't want to see it, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't even care if it's people saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it no more. I don't want to give those people any more attention. They don't deserve the attention. They don't deserve nothing, dude. You know what I mean? We need to give that to the Lord. We need to go to church and we need to do what's right. You know what I mean? Period. That's what it is. People tell me, "Y'all, do you hate those people?" Try not to. I try not to hate those people, and I pray on it because at the end of the day, God tells me to love them anyway. So I say this: I try not to hate them, but I hate the sin, and to me, that's a sin, brother. You know what I mean? And I don't like it. I mean, if you're promoting that stuff, and you're promoting it, that kind of stuff to happen, even like these politicians telling these people to actually go out there and do it. Well, if you feel so much about it, why don't you go out there and do it? You know what I mean? Instead of telling these people to go out there and do it. Me, I ain't got time to protest, man. I got work. I run my business. I got time for it. You know what I mean? The most protests I'm getting is what you get right here. We're barbecue, we're chilling. You know what I mean? We're doing some hot dogs. We're doing it cheap. Right there, brother. Yeah. It's keeping it cheap. Matter of fact, I could have been done already, but I'm just chilling, man. But it sucks. These phones are awesome tools. I always tell my kids these phones are for making money. You can make money. You can, I can text people on the fly. Someone text me a question, bang, I can text them right back. No matter where I'm at, I could be at the bank, I could be in the store, I could be in my car. As long as I ain't driving, I can freaking do it. You know what I mean? Freaking everywhere, I can talk to it. But man, they also came a burden to me, man. Like what the hell? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like shoot, I go live, what's up? We make a video, we talk about whatever. Man, I look forward to these videos. If you notice now, I've been making more videos, getting back into it, not because I'm getting back into my groove. I believe it or not, I get a lot from these videos, from sharing, talking to you guys, hanging out about whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you right now, me, what I do to deal with this situation, I go to church. I go to church or I go to a meeting. Try to stay positive. I mean, like so much negative going on. I mean, so much, so much, so much twisting. What's right is wrong. What's wrong is right. It's crazy. It's scary for my granddaughter, man. I think about my granddaughter has to go through this. I mean, my kids got the ass end of it. They were already coming out of school when they started teaching that transgender shit at school and different freaking gender or different kind of you know what I'm talking about, different kinds of shit and start pushing on the kids. And my son was already like a senior, getting out already. And my daughter had like, and then COVID, so my daughter didn't ever go back to school. She graduated. She knocked out college and high school in one bang during COVID. My daughter, hey, my daughter had an associate's degree before she had a high school diploma, but like that, and she did it because of COVID. Because they had all the school that go online, so she enrolled to the college. So they, hey, so your kids know, hey, they can do college at home while they're in high school, and all that stuff counts in high school. And my daughter finished a year and a half early. It was kind of cool to watch her do that. It's just amazing, man. Sometimes I watch videos and I want to, oh, I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm gonna share the video with you guys. But then when I get on here, I forget. Hey, I never know what I'm gonna say. I just say whatever comes out, and that's what I say. You know what I mean? It's been slow. You know what sucks? I get in this little rut to where it's slow to where I don't want to miss a phone call. So I'm like, all right. Sometimes one phone call can make it the day. You know what I mean? Get a phone call. So I'm trying to hurry up and call people back if I missed a call. It's crazy because it seems like someone always call when I'm on the phone with either. I'll get bored and I'll call like check on my dad because my dad's health stuff, and I'll check on him, see how he's doing, or I'll call one of my buddy's birthdays, called him, um, call a couple customers, see how they're doing, make sure that everything their build's going okay. I like to check on them sometimes, make sure their build's going okay. Um, I want that to go good for them. I want them to enjoy their car. I want them to enjoy the build. So, and sometimes people don't like to call you. They don't want to bug you. So I'll call them. Hey man, how's your build going? You know what I mean, I didn't just talk to you because I sold you parts. How's everything going? How's your build going? Is everything good? Any questions you want to ask me? Anything you're struggling with? Anything you might not sure about? You know what I mean? That way. And he's not all about selling people parts and all right, see you later, peace out, have a good life. I don't roll that way. You know what I mean? Hey, anybody who's bought parts from me knows that, brother, knows that. Freaking anybody who bought parts from me knows they can call me anytime and I'll sit there and I'll spend time with you. That's what's cool about my business. It's not so it's big enough to where I enjoy it. I make enough money to buy things that I want to buy, but also I'm not so big to where I can't. I got to rush my customers. Every once in a while, I'll be in a position where phones are going crazy and I need to get those calls. So I'll tell, listen, you know what? And they'll start to fluster me. I'll go, you know what? Especially if the person I'm talking to is struggling with what I'm saying. So I'll tell them, you know what? Check this out. Let me answer these phone calls, and I'll call you back because all the questions I'm gonna answer, all the questions you ask me now, I'm gonna answer, and I'm gonna answer fast. And sometimes I can talk fast, and they won't understand what I'm saying. So, and they know, anybody knows, I probably said that to you. And if you call me a lot, I probably said it to you, and you know I call you back every time because I want this to be a good experience for you. You know, my customers spend a lot of money on me, and I want them to make sure that car works to the best of my ability that can help them go. I made some videos on YouTube, so if you watch them, I have videos on there. They're all under 403. So remember, it looks like there's a lot of videos on there, and there is, but a lot of them are shorts. So look at the hour-long videos. Those are the videos where I'm actually talking and working on the motor and kind of explaining about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So if you don't understand what I'm telling you when I talk to you on the phone, watch the video. You can go back, watch the video, and it's under a list. I have hundreds of videos from barbecue stuff. Some Oldsmobile guys. If you want to see my videos, it's under that list. If you look at the videos, they're like 1 minute long, 20 seconds long, 30 seconds long. Those are just shorts. So those are shorts off of a big video. So find the big video and watch that big video, and you can go like that. I need to sit back and make another list of just the long videos. I just blew them all in there because I'm building a 403 for myself. I just threw them all on one little list, and now I got like 50 videos on one freaking list. And so I know it's a problem because I go back and I go, I got a video on there about how to set the timing button up, and then I go on there and freaking And sure enough, I can't find it. Like, oh man, I can't find it. And I'm watching all the freaking videos trying to find it, getting mad because I can't find it myself. Like, man, I wonder what the customer go through. You're trying to find my shit. Hey, that's just real talk, man. I'm just being my. Hey, the day in the life of what Junior Castro goes through. Right now, my most important thing is focus is on on learning about the Lord, so I can come back on here and share it as most accurate as I can. But remember, I'm human. I'm not. Don't judge. Don't judge religion off of what I say. I'm just a man trying to give you describe it as best as I can. At the end of the day, I'm just like you. I'm just another sinner, another human with the same issues. You know what I mean? And you guys notice I cut this down? You guys notice that? I cut it down the other day. I kept saying it, cut it down, put a new gauge on there. I'm loving it, dude. I'm freaking loving it. Look how high I can go. I can go all the way down. All of it's still bending from me. Drop it all the way down. I was making a chicken breast, cruising at 300 degrees. It was perfect yesterday. Hey, so far, hey, you know what I've noticed? All right, I'm gonna say it. Ever since I haven't been drinking, my food's been coming out better. Hey, I used to swear like, yeah, man, I can't cook unless I'm drunk, or I'm not gonna be as good because I don't drink no more. So it's a lie, man. Hey, that's a dirty lie right there because lately my food's been coming out. I've been nailing it again, like making some perfect food and not even trying. It's been coming out really good, dude. It's coming out pretty good. Hey, you know what I was doing today though? It was slow today, so I was AI make music for you, right? So you guys know I make beats. I shared a long time ago I can make beats, and I made some pretty cool music today off of AI. Only thing is, it's not really me. You know, they don't. So the one I chose to use, it's not giving me enough options to put my touch to it. So I'm not really. I like it, but not. It's I'm just putting parameters and and describing what I want it to sound like. Hey, it does a good job of hitting right what I want. But I want to be able to make my little tweaks, change the voice a little bit, and give it my little touch to it. But it's pretty cool, man. I made a cool song. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, check out that documentary about Jesse James, man. It came on. It's Jesse James, the best singer. There's two of them. There's an old one and the new one. I would check it out for you. If you haven't seen the original one, watch the original one first. It's pretty good, man. It's a pretty good documentary. And they're just talking, dude. So give it yourself some time because they're just talking about it. But if you're me and you're in the same kind of job that I'm in or same kind of world I'm in, you'll notice a lot of similarities in your own life, your own situations. You know, what's up, Harold? What's up, brother? In life, we all have different struggles and different things. And usually, like if you're a welder or a construction worker, you go through certain things, especially building cars. Dude, building cars, the car industry is very cutthroat. It's either you're in or you're out. It's pretty especially if you do Chevys. If you do Chevys, everybody in the world is doing Chevys, so it's a real steep competition. Also, Bills, I got a couple guys to compete against, and you know what I've learned, not to focus on what they're doing. Just focus on what you're doing, and don't worry about what they're doing, because if you do, it'll trip you up. There's there's one guy I do follow, and it's hard not to worry about it, but and the reason why I follow him because I like what he's doing. I like his work. You know what I mean? So like, man, I want to see what he's doing. You know what I mean? And not because I'm trying to copy him, because the part of also Bills that he does has nothing to do with the part of what I do. So I focus on it because I like everything. I like watching him do what he does. And he's doing is he's machining heads and he's porting them and stuff like that. And I can do all by hand, but I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with the hot rod guys who want to make good horsepower, but not, it costs a lot of money to do that kind of stuff. And so I kind of shy away from that. And back in the day, I did it all day long, dude. I would port heads. We did it by hand, dude. We didn't do there's no CNC back then to do porting heads. You had to do it all by hand. And it's a cutthroat field, man. It's like it's hey, That's a true definition of supply and demand. Because if you don't got the part, they're gonna hang up and they have a bunch of people to call back. Hey, how about you? How about you? And then the other problem is you get the big names out there, and they'll not have the part, but people give them their money, and then they lock up the job. Basically, what I mean by lock it up is, but they got the customer's money, and they're making him wait to where he can't move nowhere. The customer can't move nowhere. The worker, the guy who built his car is not going to move because he don't actually have the part. And and then at the end of the day, someone like me sitting around, I got a part, I got it right here. I'll ship it today. You know what I mean? But they can't buy it because they don't have no money because they gave it to the other dude. And the other dude charges them more because they have a big name. You know what I mean? It's a sticky industry. It's pretty sticky. The barbecue, it was banging when it was banging. And when I was selling these barbecues, when it was going crazy, it was going crazy. You know what I mean? It was cool to watch it because that was showing God was showing me who He was and showing me His power and how He worked in my life. But this barbecue it ran its course. Probably this barbecue would probably. I told my wife. Matter of fact, my wife talked about it yesterday. Checks out Harold. You might like this. Talked about it yesterday. So I was telling my wife. I go. So when I sell barbecues, I notice where I ship them to. Right. So I ship them all over the world. So mainly in the States. So I would learn so I can tell you right now what states are barbecue the most. So right off the top, the two states that barbecue the most are Arizona, Texas, and California. They're the two biggest states who barbecue. They hands up. They barbecue, and then you got like Arizona, you got Nevada, you got Oklahoma, you got a little bit of Florida, you got believe it or not, you got New Jersey, um, Washington, Oregon. In the middle, it's kind of hit and miss. But those Texas and California, man, they take the cake. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. California, Texas, all right. At the end of the day, Texas. I've said so many of those freaking barbecues in Texas. You won't believe it. I bet you 50% of Gabby's Grill barbecues went to Texas. That's about that's a lot of freaking barbecues in Texas, dude. And I think what stopped my sales in the barbecue is the price. That's what stopped it. And the reason why it stopped it is because material went up, but material's not what really took me out. What took me out was the shipping. So back when I first was selling barbecues, I could sell them anywhere. I could ship them anywhere between 60 and 80 bucks. All right, 60 bucks being like kind of close. Shoot, California was something like 40 bucks. All right, but like Texas, 60 bucks, and it would be 80 bucks if I shipped them to New Jersey. And they only hit 80 bucks when I would be like a weird state like Vermont, some weird state, be 80, 85 bucks. Some state that no one wants to ship anything to. It'd be a weird, but it was always around there. And then I got part of this program where no matter where I shipped them to, it was like 60 bucks, I think. No matter what, it was 60 bucks. So it stayed no matter what. Sometimes the far ones were 60 bucks, but even the close ones were 60 bucks. So I factored my price, and I was just boom, 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 boom. So I knew what the price was, what the material was. But now, to ship a barbecue, close, 100 bucks. Far, 120, 130. That's how much those barbecues cost to ship now. I sell the barbecues for more money than I sold them for when I first started selling them, and I make less. That's the problem. That's the problem right now. And I think that this barbecue is done for me because maybe I live in LA might be a little bit better, but not so much. But if I live like in Texas, I live like in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, something big like that, boom, that thing can be banging again because people could drive and pick them up, and I could sell them for 200 bucks, and people pay that all day long. Bam, 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 bam. They pay it. Doom, 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 doom. Like I sell them for 200 bucks here. You can pick them up from my house, 200 bucks. I'm not selling that much. You know what I mean? And I live in Paso Robles. Santa Maria is only freaking 45-minute drive from me. Santa Maria is what this barbecue came from. You know what I mean? It's I think someone in Texas could flourish from this barbecue. I think for me, God blessed me with this. God blessed me with this idea when it was necessary. You know what I mean? Now, I think what I'm supposed to do today is doing what I'm doing right now. I need to get back into making my videos. I need to get back into not so. I need to get back into making videos. I need to keep, like tonight I'm going to church. I need to stay in church and go to church a lot and to learn so I can share because, and I can be honest with you guys and not hold back. Say what's in my heart. Say what's in my mind. Don't worry about what you guys are going to think about what I say. If stay right from right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? And stay that way to where if I'm worried about, hey man, I don't want to say something because I don't want to say certain thing because you might not buy my barbecue or you might not buy my car parts because I don't want to buy something from Junior because he don't support the LGBTQ community or he don't support the protesters or he don't support this. I don't support those things. But before I had to worry about that because I don't want you guys not to buy my barbecue. No matter what, I talked about God, right? But I would not bring up that kind of stuff. But now I can say whatever, and at the end of the day, if you don't buy a barbecue from me, it's all good because I'm not selling barbecues anyway. Hey, they're not selling anyway, so it's not like it's gonna hurt me. So God, God, remove that from me. There you go. If that's what you're worried about, don't worry about it. You ain't gonna sell on barbecues. It's simple as that. Like, oh man. So go ahead and say what you gotta say. I mean, do what you gotta do. And at the end of the day, man, I just want to be truthful in what I'm saying. And the only way I can be truthful in what I'm saying is by learning. I mean, I was talking to Harold. What's up, Aunt Maggie? Talking to Harold. Hey, hey, Harold. I can't talk as gracious as Harold does. Harold, and when I talk to Harold, he knows what he's saying. He knows how to say it right. He knows how to. So sometimes I can talk to people like Harold. And the other day he shared with me something, and it just makes sense. You know what I mean? He speaks well. Kind of like my cousin Dominic. I talk to him, or he'll call me, hey Junior, cool what you said, man, but next time don't say like this, say like this. I'm like, all right, got you. So next time I'll work on it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm still me. I mean, no matter what happens, I'm me. I can't take away that part. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna hear me say a cuss word. You're gonna hear me freaking get angry. You're gonna hear me get mad. You might hear me say something that you don't agree with, and you don't have to. You know what I mean? Everybody has the right to their own decision, and that's it. My decision is probably more correct. No, it's like, but it. So I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Me, I want to work on my car still, and I want to finish that one. I want to finish that one. I want to finish my truck, and I think that's what I just need to do. I need to do that. Go to church at nighttime on my barbecue. Get on here, share with you guys, show you guys what I got going on, what I'm doing, and then sneak the Lord in there and tell you guys a little this and that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Anyway, I'm supposed to get out of here already. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to church. What's up, Peter? What's up, brother? I'm gonna go to church. I gotta be there at 6, and then yeah, man. God is good, huh? Hey, you guys have a blessed evening. And you guys, I'll see you guys. I don't know when the next time I barbecue. But you guys have a great evening. You guys be safe, and remember, right here, brother. God is good. So remember, Jesus loves you, man. Jesus died on that cross for our sins, so we get to go to heaven, man. And we all should be thankful for that. That's one thing. Hey, if we all agree on one thing we can all be in agreement is Jesus died on that cross for our sins, brother, so we get to go to heaven. He's right. Hey, Harold said, as long as God is in your corner, you have it all, brother. Right there. Right there. No matter what's going on around you, no matter what you see, no matter what the committee inside your head tries to twist things in your head, if you can just focus on Jesus and focus on God and focus, put your focus on that and build a relationship with the Lord, you're going to be golden, man. I promise you that. At the end of the day, somehow it all works out. God always has a plan. Not sure what it is. Tricks me every time. But anyway, man, God bless you guys. You guys have a blessed evening. Yeah. God is good, huh? Late.